Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. It's a bit of a dull and damp morning this morning and I want to do a garden tour with you. In fact, I've already done some of the garden tour earlier on in the week and it was really sunny there, so you'll probably find a bit of a contrast. Some of the stuff I've videoed today when it's a bit duller, and some I videoed during the week when it was lovely and sunny. So let's take a look at the garden in the middle of May. Here's some of my sunflowers that are acclimatising to the outside world. Red sun, sunburst, and I think another couple of red sun behind. And then here we have sunburst and autumn beauty. So looking okay, could do with a bit of a water, it's been a dry day. So yeah, they're all plonked on the patio. Some of my tomatoes are out as well. This isn't its final location, but here's Yellow Delight, and you'll see that some of the girls have been digging about. And I've got another couple. There's one over here, which is another Yellow Delight. Oh, what are you saying, Matilda? She just doesn't know what to do with herself. She's so angry just now because she's broody. Oh dear, poor pet. Looking over at my potatoes and looking at this back row here, the estemas that I planted first of all. The estemas with the compost and the added potato fertiliser. We've got quite a lot of shoots showing through now, and I think we've got even more. The same estema, same compost, but using comfrey. Although I notice there's a few little yellow tips to some of the leaves there. And finally the estema compost without a fertiliser. I'm getting some plants through, but not as much as the other two. Excuse that plane. So at the moment it's looking like the comfrey is winning, but that's just for the speed of the plants coming up. Who's to say what it'll be like potato yield wise. None of the others are showing at the moment. Oh, I'm lying. Here's another estema that I planted slightly later, and it's coming through. And similarly here, this is my random chicken gourd. I'm getting a few. This was just a single potato in a smaller pot, and it's looking quite good actually. Was that a single potato or was it two? Oh, it might have been two. So estemas are coming along nicely. Here's my broad beans that are looking lovely. Lots and lots and lots of flowers. Fantastic. Here's the ones that were sown slightly later, so they're still to catch up, but that's okay. Some pak choi here, which is looking fine. And here we have some garlic and some beetroot, some onions and some radish there. And here's a potager bed number 2 with radish and onions and garlic and flowers. Lovely. And this is a new one since the last update, and I have in here put some celeriac. Well, actually I put 3 celeriac at the back there and 3 batches of beetroot. So that's looking nice. cottager bed number 1 has been ransacked a bit by, guess who? Edith. Well, and the other girls, but mostly Edith. Notice my onions have been squished and the spinach has been chomped on, and my my chard has been annihilated. So I've put some additional little protective things up here just to see if it detracts Edith from jumping in. She was actually sitting on the edge here holding it down so the others could get a shot as well. Little devil. Oh, hello. Hello there. There's grumpy Matilda. You're still my favourite, Matilda. Just stop beating people up. Which is what she's doing at the moment. I've taken out the daffodils that were here. Well, I've had sort of flattened the leaves and they were just about gone, so I've removed them. The bulbs are still in this trough, but what I've now got is a combination of celeriac and beetroot again. Probably a bit too jam-packed, but I'm short of space, so if everything is smaller, that's okay. Celeriac is actually looking quite nice. Never grown it before, no idea if I'll be successful or not, but it's good fun trying. Here are just a few little sweet peas here, looking a bit weedy because they got attacked by the girls before I managed to get the little barricade up, but they'll come fine. I think that's our Harry, or it's maybe a combination of things I've got in there. My what do you call it? Calamitous is, yeah, it's going great guns, and I have got various flower buds around the place, so we'll get nice purple flowers in a little while. My trailing sweet peas, sweetie mix. Yep, fine and dandy, not worried at all about being outside. To the side of the house here, these are some little poppies that self-seeded a few years ago and continue to do so. Lovely, bright yellow, lots of them. And then just across the way here, I can see there's some more. So that's nice, it's nice to get self-seeded stuff. And here we have my first harvest of the season. 4 lovely little radish. Very pleased with them. Can't remember which variety, but very pleased with them. Nice size. I'll let you know what they taste like. Here's the tomatoes in the grow house. So these back ones are in their permanent position and getting quite tall now. I would say that's about 4 foot tall. And that's a Yellow Delight. And next to the Yellow Delight is, where's your label? Is Ace. Now, if Patricia from Sow and Grow is watching, I wonder, Patricia, how are your Ace getting on? Patricia sent me these seeds through, and the Ace that I have been growing are really, really healthy, going really, really well. This is one of them, and I've got a couple more kicking about, and I've given some away as well, so that's looking nice and healthy. Then we have Sun Gold F1, looking brilliant. I've got some more Sun Gold outside. Here's another Ace. Here's a Solano, a little dinky one that was sown later, I should say, so it is smaller. And then this other one is this is one of my Sun Golds. So this is from the seeds that I saved from my Sun Gold F1s last year. And then we've got another couple of plants, well, 3 other tomato plants that are needing rehomed. And I have some friends that are going to take them, and some more. There's another one of my Sun Golds and some of the Solanos there. And I've also got some more tomatoes in the potting shed that need homes too. Hello, Matilda. And hello, Colin. There you are. So let's go and see my other tomatoes, which are outside now. So let me just move this out the way. So growing up at this fence, I have 2 sun gold and an ace. So there's 1 sun gold, there's the other sun gold, and there's the ace. And you'll see the ace is taller, so the ace is growing really, really well. It's the one out here is about 3 foot tall, I think. Are you following me, Colin? There's some space at the front of the bed, so I have put in some more celeriac and beetroot. I don't know whether they'll survive in there when the tomato plants get bigger, but I've got lots of spare seedlings, so I thought I'd just try. So I've popped them in there. My carrots, 2 varieties of carrots, tender snacks and Nont 2, I think. They're fine. My courgettes aren't looking great. This one's looking not bad. This one is going a bit, ugh, I don't know why. Some of the newer leaves are looking a bit better, but the existing leaves are, yeah, looking horrible. And this one is sort of halfway. It's not as good as the best one, and it's not as bad as the worst one. So that's a shame. I hope I can get them to survive. These are called Sure Thing, these courgettes. I normally grow Defender. I didn't have the seeds for Defender this year. I wish I had. Anyway, courgettes, I might have to buy some plants to replace these if they don't survive. This grow house has got mostly flowers in it at the moment. I've got lots of Rudbeckia here. Oh, very dry, and I watered this morning. So these are needing another water. They're not really holding the water in these trays, so I'm going to have to put some water in the trays, I think. Some more celeriac. These are slightly smaller. Then we've got some peppers at the back. And then we've got some of my teddy bear sunflowers. And then I've got a few little Romanesco cauliflowers just starting to come up. Never grown them before, so I was going to have a stab at those if I can keep the seedlings alive long enough. This sun gold is looking a bit dead, so in fact, is there green fly on it? This one's going to go. Bin! And there's a few wonky sunflowers in here. And some other bits and bobs kicking about as well, but that's the main load of stuff in there. What else do we have? Round the corner here, I've got a strawberry plant in there that's fine. I've got some, what are these? Gladioli in there. And some freesias in that one. And here's my peas, or one set of peas anyway. So I've got pea plants, and then I've got some, I sowed some other seeds, so I've got some little diddy seedlings coming up. And at the front I've just popped, what are they? Three, maybe spinach, I think. 3 bits of spinach. Some little onions that are not doing great, but they're alive. Then we have some petunias and the parsley there. I'm going to trip over you, Colin. The broom's still looking great. And I've got one of my rhododendrons now flowering down there. Here we've got some more peas. And then we've got some sweet peas. And in front of the sweet peas there's some marguerites and a couple of heucheras. The heucheras are getting a bit big actually, they're loving it in there. I'll just need to hope that the sweet peas can get up and away before the heucheras crowd them out, which I'm sure will be the case. These are Spanish Dancer, need to be tied up. And these are our Harry, more sweet peas. And these have some little strawberry plants in front of them. And here I've got What are you? A blackcurrant? Blackcurrant ebony, which I've ignored this year. I didn't even prune it or anything, so I'm going to get some fruit, but not a lot. I am terrible with fruit, so that's going to have to be a resolution for later on in the year. Get to grips with growing fruit. Oh, here we go. My first poppy is just about to come into bloom, and I've got a number of other heads ready to burst as well. And over here in the new bed, more broad beans, some elephant garlic in the back. I had put a couple of rows of radish in there as well, but nothing happening so far. And then in the front here, there is some beetroot, some of which is doing okay and some of which isn't. Got some pak choy in this pot. The white is oyster shell to try and stop slugs and snails munching on it. I've got some modules full of lettuce. I think it's Little Gem. Yes, it's a Little Gem. Over in this bed, I've got my lettuce, sort of Cos type lettuce there, and an ordinary type lettuce here, and some beetroot, and some radish as well. Then going over to here, we've got some more. This is Lolo Rosa lettuce, and it's surrounded by some other little lettuces and some radish. Here we have some spinach and some flat parsley. And here we have some more beetroot and some more spinach. And then if I just show you the table on the deck, we have spinach and we have more teddy bear sunflowers, and around and about I have various pots with other things just jam-packed in. So it's all looking a bit busy, but hey, it's good fun. And then this pot here has got some radish in. I'll need to thin this out and maybe get the thinnings somewhere else. So this is one of my terrace beds, and it's chock-a-block at the moment. There's a erysimum, I think that is, with lovely bowls mauve, with lovely mauve coloured flowers, and that has been going, that's just gone on for a year really. There was still a couple of little flowers on it in the winter time, and I've transplanted it from a tub into the bed, and it's looking great. And we've got some nice little purple petunias down there, all around actually, and some nice hostas that I'm trying to keep slug free, which is a losing battle, but we'll see. And this guy here doesn't quite match the purple around it, but this is a oh, for goodness sake, peony. That's the word I was looking for. This is a peony, and this is Bowl of Beauty, and there are loads of buds here, and these, I can't wait for you to see them. They are amazing when they come out. Absolutely gorgeous cerise coloured flowers with sort of white centres, and this is probably about the 4th year or so I think I've had this one here, and it's just going from strength to strength each year. It's lovely. There's one of the buds there. At the back there on the lower terrace there are 3 rhododendron, 2 pinky cerise, and the centre one, which is out just now, a white. Can't quite remember the varieties of those, but yep, they're doing their best. But yeah, this bed's looking quite jam-packed and interesting at the minute. I chitted my beans, and here we are in a grow house. I chitted the borlotti and French beans, and they are looking great. I've planted them and they're going mad. I just put them in toilet roll tubes, and yeah, I mean, I've not got too many. I have hardly any space, but I wanted to grow a few. There's a few still to pop up, but they're all coming. They're all coming. So that's great. I've brought out my cucumbers that have been on the kitchen window ledge. They are Marketmore, and they've been in the grow house just one night, I think. This grow house. They're needing to go into their pots though. There's 3 of them, and in fact I think this one's got a flower. Yeah, there you go. They were a bit poorly to begin with, and when I transplanted the seedlings, they were all floppy and unhappy, but they're looking great now. So yeah, 3 of these, that will do me for my cucumber fix. Well, actually I've got another 3 that I've bought, 3 of a different variety that I'll grow on as well, but Marketmore's the ones that I normally grow. These grow fine outside actually, but it's not time for them to go outside yet. Yeah, so great, love the cucumbers, and I have to say, cucumbers are one of the things I find phenomenally different when you pick them and eat them from, you know, homegrown to when you buy them in a supermarket. I don't know whether it's just the freshness, you just pick it when you want to eat it immediately, but they're just so more tasty, so much sweeter. Yeah, love homegrown cucumbers. Growing up the fence on the deck outside the kitchen door, I have a clematis. Well, actually I've got some ivy and some other bits and bobs, but I've got a clematis that I got at Gardening Scotland, which is a big gardening event that happens each year at the end of May. And I'll be going there this year actually, and I think I'll take my camera along, so I'll let you see what it's like. But anyway, so I got this clematis there, 4 or 5 years ago probably. And when I saw it, it looked great. I mean, these, they're not quite out yet. They're double purple flowers, and you get double in the first lot of flowering and single in the autumn. But it just looks a bit, ever since I started growing it, it just looks a bit scabby. I don't know, the colouring in the leaf just doesn't, and the petals just doesn't look quite the same as I thought it did when I first bought it. And I talked to various clematis growers the next year I went back, and all they could say was that maybe I got the clematis, and I did get the clematis from a clematis nursery that's based down south, and I'm up in Scotland, and whether just the weather means that it doesn't thrive quite so much, although it does grow really, really well. But I don't know, the flowers just they don't wow me quite as much as they did on that when I first bought the plant, because it had 3 or 4 flowers on it when I first bought it. But anyway, and so I feel rotten to say, but I actually just chopped it a couple of years ago, and I thought I'd dug it all out. I thought, no, I'm not growing it anymore, it's just taking up space and I don't like the flowers so much. But it's grown back. I obviously didn't get it all, so I feel sort of guilty now, because despite me trying to kill it off, it has grown. And you can see there's another, can you see that? There's another big bud. There's loads of buds actually. Look at this sky, it's horrible, isn't it? It's grey, never mind. And buds there, and over here. And so despite me, it's growing. And yeah, so I'm just going to let it grow. When you look from a distance, and maybe if you're not as critical as I am of it, it looks quite nice. So, so this is my love/hate clematis. And here is another bad buying decision on my front. It's a perpetual sweet pea. So it's not the annuals that we all sort of tend to grow, but it's a perpetual one, or a perennial one. A perennial sweet pea. And it sort of disappears down and then comes up every year, and I've got it in a pot, and already in May it's just mad, and I've already cut it down, so it's completely in the wrong place. So it's my fault really, but because I love sweet peas so much, I thought I'll get some a perennial one. So yeah, this here is a perennial sweet pea that I have to sort of tie up and hack down and just to stop it taking over everything. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my little tour, and I hope to see you again very soon. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, and see you later. Bye bye for now.